This is the Ja Renee. I got a lot to say, and so I'm going to cut to the chase. We will start by praying over the cards. So glory to God in the highest. There is none like you, and I'm so grateful that you allow me to be connected to you. Please help me and protect myself and the collective as we channel the energy today. So I hope everybody is doing well. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just going to say so much better. I don't know, and this may resonate for somebody, which is why I'm saying it as we're pulling cards, but have you guys ever had anybody, has anybody ever experienced energy siphoning to where somebody is actually trying to siphon your energy or does siphon your energy? Do you believe in energy siphoning? Because I do. And there was a time that I was vulnerable. Okay, let's just say, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I was vulnerable, and it went from a time that I was expected, okay, to be vulnerable into pure weakness. And I didn't realize that I was being drained, or I didn't realize that I was feeling weak, although I was, until my husband made a point to say, you just seem like you feel weak. And once I realized it, I said, oh, I do feel weak. And that's an absolute no for me, So I did what I needed to do to call my power back. I recognized what could be happening around me and what happened. And, a lot of times it's so difficult when you're dealing with spiritual things because you can't see it. And a lot of times we will think that something is not really happening because we can't see it. And so you miss it. You miss what's happening. You miss how to help yourself and everything. And so I realized what was going on and I helped myself. And the first card out, just as we were shuffling and talking, was the sun. Positivity. And that's really what it's all about. To me, it's you remembering who you are, and you are the sun. You are that positive light. You are that one that people are trying to, that want to get next to, that want to pull on, but we have to be extremely protective of our energy. So let's see what else we got going on here. All right, so what fell out was the Hierophant. And, this talks about institutions and, just organizations that have been established for some time, let's just say. It's almost as if, like, exactly kind of what I was explaining in the beginning. So again, this may very well resonate with whoever I'm speaking with. But somebody doesn't like that you are the way that you are, like that you believe what you believe. They think that you should believe in a certain type of way, but what they don't understand, that belief is yours. They don't have the ability to sit around here and tell you what you need to believe, nor do they have the ability to try to drain your energy, because although they want to affect how you believe, they understand that something about what you're believing is on point. Something about what you're believing is totally real, which is why they want to come in and they want to drain you. They want to have that energy for themselves, right? Because you have the abundance. You are the ones that, you have it. You have everything. Your thought, your mindset, your way of thinking has brought you many opportunities, has brought you into a place where you're simply just abundant. And they can't understand, nor do they want to really, why you're so abundant, although you're not doing it the way that they used to, the way that they expect. You're not adhering to tradition. And it's because you know better. I don't know how else to say that. You know, some people just simply, it's very difficult when you've come to know something, when it's your, you know, like if you've gone to church and that's your, you know, you believe it. You know, you believe that this is what everything that I'm doing, I'm right, you know? But what happens when you realize that maybe you're not? What happens when you don't want to take the accountability for actually saying, although I thought, although I taught, although this is what I assume to be correct, it's not. What happens when you don't take that accountability? Now you're going, just simply going somewhere in the wrong direction because you refuse to acknowledge that what you thought was right was right. And you don't receive the justice that you're supposed to receive because you won't acknowledge. And that's a problem for a lot of us, unfortunately. We just refuse to acknowledge what's real, what's true, because we want to adhere to opinion, and we want our opinion to be like truth. But if we aren't seeking for truth, how do we expect to find it? We can't just simply think that my opinion is truth. So when I speak, I don't speak from a point of, well, I think it's like this. No, I observe, I watch people, I look at human behavior to figure out what is the truth throughout all of this, okay? And although that may be uncomfortable to me sometimes, it's the only way I'm going to get to the actual truth of it. And so for whoever I'm talking to, maybe you have um maybe it is something like, maybe you grew up extremely traditional, extremely like, I'm getting like, like a preacher's kid, like one of those kind of a things. And they just told you it was this way. And one thing that I find funny about a lot of preachers' kids, and because they always say like preachers' kids go off the deep end and what have you, and like they have their own mind, really, is what it is. Um, that's what I find funny. Because if you, as my father, as my mother, is somebody that knows and is exactly, this is right, this is the truth, and you telling me as your child that's been here, that's sat, why am I not understanding? And we can, or taking it as truth, and we can say that, okay, a person's being rebellious, but why? Maybe you're not right. And that's just something that we need to accept. Okay, so let me just get one more thing, and then we'll see what else is going on here. It seems like, but that's the overall energy. Ooh, what's this? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they know that you're the star, okay? They know that you're the star. And sometimes, even though somebody's aware of a plan, aware of a situation, aware of the scheme of how things go, like they know the show. They know that this person is playing Annie, right? They know that Annie is the star of the show, but they want to figure out a way as the understudy to upstage her, to make it so that they are Annie, you know. And this is what's happening a lot of times with um these traditions and these old ways of thinking. They're like, they don't feel that they should be the understudy. They don't feel that that they should be in the background because they have this lore. They have this kind of a, I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's prestige, you know. I guess I do know what to call it, but it's like prestige. And they don't think that they belong in the back. But you get your ass to the back. Get your ass to the back. Because no, we're not thinking about, yeah, we're not thinking about crap that just doesn't serve us anymore. And like, that bothers me. It bothers me that people want to hold on to old ideas if it doesn't work. Why not sit around here and put our heads together to come up with something brand new, brand spiggity spank? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I just don't get it. That's just me. But and you know, a lot of times too, people don't want you to be happy. You know, it's just simple. It's just as simple as that. They don't realize a lot of times that they have entity attachments. They don't realize that they're not kind of doing their own bidding, so to speak. A lot of people really believe that they're operating within their own, kind of like their own mind, you know, like they don't realize that the mind, that their thoughts are not their own, is what I'm saying. And so when you think for yourself, when you have your own thoughts, whether if they realize it or not, it's a jealousy type thing because they don't have it. But you know, I'm not going to say it's none of your business because, well, if somebody doesn't want you to be happy, that part is none of your business. You continue to do everything that you got to do to be happy. You know, remain confident, remain who it is that you are. You know, that was this person that even thought in this way to begin with. But let's see if there's anything further that we need to talk about here today. But I'm thinking, you know, it's a similar story for me as well. And I'm thinking that it's something that is a lot. We're breaking generational chains. Some people just aren't you, you know? And as much as we want to, when we grew up, right, it was almost like everything was coddling us. You could be anything you want to be. You could do this, you could do that. And it's not saying that you can't. But there's certain things that just made us soft in thinking that me and you are the same, exactly the same. But me and you are not exactly the same. You are an individual just like I am an individual. We have things about ourselves that are different. And this may be significant. I'm doing the reading. My husband's like, "Oh man, you left me some Big Red," but I did. But I don't know how that's relevant. But I thought that was funny. But I don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, so I lost my train of thought. But let's see what else we got here. Whoa. Okay. So a lot of times when you are leaving something organizational, okay, let's just say, something to where people have been told, don't question it, don't do this, you are, you're you're ostracized in a way. Like they know that you're no longer a puppet. They know that you're no longer, that they can no longer pull your strings, because you're somebody that, um, you found out who you were. And at this point, there's no more hiding it. That's it. They can't stop who you are. They can't stop the happiness that you have, that you are getting from the things that you are uncovering, from the things that you know, from who it is that you are deciding that you want to be. And I love that for you, because we all deserve to just simply be. We all deserve to simply just live in our truths and be happy. It's not corny. It's not cliche to simply just want to be happy. And I know that this is something that is going to be in abundance for everybody that I'm speaking with, that is listening to today. Well, thank you very much for listening. I enjoy just being able to speak to you guys, just being able to have you here with me as well. And you have a great day.